what it means to live out of that matrix, out of that ego, at the end, to the end of the race, of the goal, of the prize. Now we are ambassadors here on earth of the kingdom of heaven. We are ambassadors. We are connected with the mind, with the will, with the emotions of the Father. When ego is not in the way, you are being led by the Spirit of God. Remember, those that are led are the sons of God. This is the place where you walk with God. Ego is no longer in the way. You walk with God. You see, there's a part that we do. We recognize these things. We reject them. We surrender them. We let go of them. They are not your pure, innocent soul self. And we see from this bird's eye point of view that we do not react from that way to fuel the ego. Enoch walked with God. Jesus walked with God. Elijah walked with God. Adam walked with God. You can walk with God too. You can walk with God. You can talk with God. This is all for you now. If you want to play by the rules, because now you know what the rules are of how to get out of it, that 3D matrix world. There'll no longer be that need to hold on to things and to control things, no longer desperately trying to hold on to something and control something, not letting that thing go. As letting go, we're able to see what is God's will and then follow that. And then the next thing, follow that. Being able to flow in life. This is actually the message of grace, of unmerited favor. Because in the message of grace and unmerited favor, number one, you're living in the moment, the now, the present moment, and you're full of joy. So this is that grace message as well. Something very amazing when the disciples asked Jesus, "Oh, come eat with us." And he said, "I got food that you know not of, but mine comes from doing the will of the Father." What is he really saying? My will is completely connected and surrendered to the Father's will. Therefore, I know he completely provides for me everything that I need. That flow of life, that unmerited grace, favor in life flows. We see how important this surrendering of the will is. If you want to be a part of the ecclesia, the leadership of this new kingdom of heaven on earth, there has to be, of course, surrender to the Father's will for him to lead and guide exactly and say what needs to be done to become that vessel surrendered 100% in this kingdom of heaven, meaning there will be that you won't need to have some kind of food or drink because he becomes everything that you need. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not lack. He supplies all my needs. As my will is completely surrendered, my mind, will, and emotions, my whole soul is completely open to receive his love that transforms, is the power to transform us into the likeness of Christ, to be able to do the things that he didn't live the way that he lived. He promises to use whatever it is for our good. You can always make it for good, and that's what he promises to do until we get to the place where we don't need that anymore, because we will live in union. This is the place of union. This is the goal. Every believer, every searcher for life, the abundance of life, it is that state that Yeshua was always teaching us of servanthood, that selfless state. ego cannot be in that state. Without ego, there is that servanthood. It is pure and it doesn't have that bitterness or resentment or hate or anger that it has to do those things. So it's the true way. Jesus said, I am the truth, the way, and the life. Shall not live in darkness, but shall have the light of life.